5 red lights are out now and away we go. We actually get a rocket ship star. We send it on the inside of 3 people there. And that finds us in P4. Hey guys, what's up? Redactions here and welcome back to this brand new video. And today, it's time for another race weekend. We are once again heading back to Denmark to my favorite track in Roskilde for our first Rotax race of the year because we are competing in one of the club championships in Denmark. I am once again accompanied by my girlfriend, so I won't have to do the whole trip alone, which is about 8 hours from here. So yeah, no time to waste, let's hit this road and I hope we're there before it gets dark. Well guys, we have arrived. We immediately got shown around here in Roskilde at the Viking boat museum. And we had a little bit of an ice cream. This is her first time in Denmark and do you like it? Yes. Anyways, we're going to enjoy our ice cream and watch some more Viking boats because I'm actually quite a big history nerd and I like stuff like this. En mevrouw? Have you guys ever wanted to build a Viking ship? Well, here's how to do it. Alright guys, a few hours later we're back staying with our friends here in Denmark. Yeah, really awesome that we can stay here again. Yeah, you guys know them of course from Open Mind Racing. And yeah, time tomorrow to build up the kart because it's here in Denmark already. Just have to yeah, go there, put my seat in, build the kart up. I will take you guys all with me, give you some tips about building up a kart as well. Should be good fun tomorrow. Maybe we'll go shopping in the evening, don't know that yet. Anyways guys, see you tomorrow. Alright guys, good morning and welcome to the workshop of Open Mind Karting / K-Racing. We are here to build up our kart for this year in Denmark, which is this thing, which is also the kart I used in Copenhagen last year. So yeah, I'll be taking you guys through basically everything that I do. Yeah, I need quite some work. Need to put my own seat in, just small things like a throttle cable I see that's missing, yeah, stuff like that. And then yeah, lots of work to do. First we're going to have some lunch, and then I'll see you guys. Alright guys, welcome back to Mechanic POV. This time we're working on our Denmark kart and I wanted to show you guys a few tips and tricks that might be useful to you. Let's not waste any time and dive right in. First of all, for a Rotax, make sure to secure the wiring harness to this little seat post. If you make it go over the post and use a zip tie to loosely secure it, the wiring harness will never scrape on the ground, like this. Next, put some electrical tape on the right rear seat post. You might be wondering why, but this is a spot in which we will zip tie the wiring harness to the chassis again. If you zip tie it straight to the chassis however, you will ruin the paint. So with the wiring harness out of the way, we will now be mounting this seat. Before we do that however, we have to install the chrome bars in the semi-correct position. Not all karts have these, but on the OTK they are standard. You need to have them in about the right position before you mount the seat, and you can just slightly bend them in the right position, for which I use this tool. Next, get your seat mounting tool and put it on the chassis. This thing is a mechanic's wet dream because it's just super convenient, but if you only have a wooden plank, that should do the job as well. Next, grab your seat and gently lower it onto the mounting tool. Now comes something everyone has a different opinion on, the seat position. Like I said, everyone has a different opinion on this and I'm just going to tell you the way that I have been taught. On an OTK chassis, the seat should always be in the same position regardless of driver height and weight. It's the pedals and steering wheel which should be adjusted around the seat, and not the other way around. This has worked the best for me, but like I said, everyone has a different opinion and you should only do what works for you. Now, the exact position of the seat is something I got from my old team, and unfortunately, I can't actually tell you.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Then comes the mounting itself, which looks easy but requires a lot of concentration and precision. A minor imperfection in the seat fit could ruin the handling of the kart. After the hole was drilled, fill up the space with these special seat washers and put in your bolts. Don't completely tighten them yet, you can only do this when all 4 holes are drilled. And make sure to do it gently. Now with the seat fitted, here's another free tip for you. If you want to save some money on your next order of kart parts, make sure to go to kracingshop.com and create an account. This will unlock a special section only for viewers of the channel, in which all products listed are on a 25% discount.
If you then use the code RED on checkout, you will get another 5% discount on top of that. And as a cherry on the cake, this code works with all products. They now also do free shipping to various countries if your basket is more than 70 euros. So don't waste any time or money and shop at kracing.com. Now with that shameless ad out of the way, let's go back home to the Bertelsen family.
Alright guys, we're back. Kart's all done. It took actually a bit longer than I thought. I actually wanted to film more, but then yeah, you just couldn't see that well what I was doing on the GoPro. Anyway, hope you got some useful information out of it. I try to be as open as possible about these things because I just want to tell you guys things that I think are helpful, things that not many people know, that just make your life a lot better with karting, like the things with the seat I showed in the video. Tomorrow is the big day, Kart is ready, I am ready. It's my favorite track, of course, so I really look forward to driving there again, and you'll see what an amazing track it is. Anyways guys, we're going back to sleep now, and see you tomorrow on race day. Bye bye. Well guys, good morning. We are back at Roskilde, my favorite track as you know. And yeah, race day. So we will have one warm-up to begin with, then qualifying, 3 heats and then a final. So we have a lot of driving today. And yeah, let's have a look at what the track is like today.
Well yeah, here we are. I think it's still the same as last time. It might be a little bit slippery because I see some wet patches.
First we have to get everything ready, and then we have the first warm-up. Alright, this thing is ready. Now it's time for the scrutineering to see if it's legal to race. They're going to check, yeah, just if it's safe. That's usually what they do with scrutineering, just a small check to see if you're not driving a death machine. I think we should pass it, and after that we can go out on track. Fortunately, no GoPro. I'm ready. See you guys in the warm-up.
Roskilde, finally. We are back at my favorite track here in Denmark, and what a track it is. This place has it all. Long straights, fast corners, great overtaking spots, but also slower technical corners. Also, this place is the old home track of Kevin Magnussen, so let's have a look at what this track is like. The run into T1 is short, a 90-degree downward left-hander which is followed by a right-hand hairpin. Let the kart flow out to the left, but then get back over to the right to open up this next technical bit. Take a bit of all of the curbs and get on the power as soon as you can, whilst also straightening out the kart as fast as you can. And we get up to speeds of about 120 kph at the end. Brake hard for the banked hairpin at the end, which spits you onto another long straight. Roskilde is definitely a power track, so our JVD engine is helping us out a lot here, as we now flow into this fast double left-hander, followed by another straight. The braking zone for turn 9 is arguably the best overtaking spot of the track. The corner is a left-hand hairpin. Take a late apex, get on the power early, and immediately after do the same for the right-hander of turn 10. Be careful not to take too much of the ditch on exit. The penultimate turn is a big hairpin which goes on forever, and then a surprise chicane in which you fully send it over the first curb, and that is a lap of Roskilde right there. So we are here to race in a round of the Avondklub of Venskapsløb, excuse my horrible Danish pronunciation, aka the Evening Club and Friendship Race, aka a regular old club race. This is our first Rotax race of the season and kind of a warm-up for the other Rotax races we'll be doing. Yes guys, more Rotax races are coming. Also, I seem to be getting a lot of questions about what Rotax races I will be doing. Check out the description of literally every video. My full calendar is in the description of every video I upload this year. Anyways, this race is actually only one day, so that means that this session is the only free practice we will be getting, so let's put it to good use. Now, because I have only driven this track once and my Danish competitors have done many more laps around here than me, I was kinda struggling to pick up the pace by myself. I decided to chase after the number 60 Kart. We knew him from last year because we actually raced him in the Danish RMC. We managed to improve our lap time by almost a second and we could kind of keep up with Mr. Heimburger. Yes, that's his actual name. We were both making a lot of mistakes though, resulting in P8 overall, which is P6 in class. Let's enjoy a full hot lap of this track before we have to ditch the helmet cam. So yeah, this track is quite a wild ride. The racing here is also quite good because we have a lot of long straights and quite some good braking zones for overtakes. Another thing that you might want to know that this class is mixed, so there are 2 X30 drivers which according to the regulations of this championship are much faster than us. Also, luckily they don't count towards our results, so that means that we are P7 in class. Now unfortunately I was not allowed to use any onboard cameras for qualifying in the race, so we'll have to use external shots for this race. Let's head into qualifying and let's see what we can do. So yeah guys, welcome to qualifying, unfortunately without a onboard camera, and that is because onboard cameras are not allowed in any Danish competition. So for the rest of the year we will be having external shots like this for the race, but sometimes this is actually better because you can see a lot more. Here you can see us going through the chicane, absolutely sending it over the curb. But this wouldn't be a Red Actions video without something going wrong, and that is that for some reason on the tire set that we used for quali I had like no grip whatsoever. The kart felt absolutely horrible, especially the back end. It was just sliding a lot and I didn't really know why that was. One thing that might have had something to do with it is the fact that these tires that we were using, they were new, but they have been laying around in my workshop for about half a year. I think I bought them at one of the BNL rounds last year and I just didn't use them in that weekend. That was a huge mistake. The kart felt horrible. And that resulted in a semi-optimal qualifying session, resulting in a disappointing P8. And we're actually a lot of the pace if you look at that. You have to ignore the first 2 guys because they are X30s, they are a lot faster. But still that means that we're about 8/10 of the pace. And when we were here 2 years ago racing in the Danish RMC, which is a lot higher level, we were actually less of the pace than in this little club race. So something was definitely not right here. So yeah, that's not really that nice going into the race. Let's just see what happens. Alright guys, we're actually getting into the action here immediately, rolling onto the tram lines now, starting P8, fire red lights are out and away we go. We get our elbows out here in turn 1 and that actually means that we managed to barge our way up into P7 here very briefly, but we immediately lost the place again, so we're now P8. We get a little bit of a bump from behind there, which can happen of course at the start, and here you can really see that we definitely have a good engine for this year in Denmark. We are on the back straight, in which slipstream of course plays a very big role. And yeah, we can just start gaining places here. If we come out to attack, here you can see Mr. Hamburger going up the inside of someone and then running wide a bit, so he pinned it himself there. We gain a place from that, which sees us now up to P7 overall and P5 in class, so that's really not that bad. But like I said guys, I was struggling for grip at the rear, and I don't know why that was. It was just something that happened, and no matter what we tried in terms of setup, it just kept happening. So I was actually lucky that I could even remain in this place, so we are still P7. We could kind of keep up with the guys ahead of us, but here you can already see that going a little bit further into the race, my exit started to become like really shit, so people could... Yeah, you saw how much Mr. Hamburger gained on the straight there. Here he actually goes up the inside into the double left-hander, which is actually a really good overtaker spot, which is perfectly demonstrated by the number 60 there. But yeah, the longer the race went on, the more our pace just disappeared. I became slower literally every lap, which I don't know why. You can just see how much they're bolting away here. Kart felt horrible as well. I couldn't really do that much. So we are in P8 here now, and you can just see how much the other drivers have pulled away. I had no chance to fight them. I was just basically doing a practice session out here by myself because there was just nothing around me. Because I was much faster than the guys who were behind me, but then again, the level of the race isn't really that high. So the differences between the drivers is actually really big. So I was basically bang on in the middle of the fast guys and the slower guys, and that was the whole race. I had nothing to fight with. We stayed in P8. Kart felt horrible. Yeah, and like I said, it became worse as the race went on. But luckily we did find an explanation for why it went worse as the race went on. Have a look at this.
Alrighty guys, I am back. Did a couple of sessions. Yeah, warm up, took a bit of getting used to, but yeah, quality was okay, P8. In the race I managed to get up to P7 briefly, but then unfortunately we once again had a moving rear wheel, which is a recurring theme. I don't know why. I cleaned them enough, yeah, I just don't get it. So yeah, with that fixed, I hope we have a little bit better speed. Speed seemed okay in the beginning, but yeah, once the wheel started moving I was just too slow. So yeah, 2 more heats, then the final. Let's see how it will go.
Alrighty guys, welcome to Heat 2. We're starting in P8 once again because in qualifying your starting position for all of the heats is decided. Anyways, 5 red lights go out now and away we go. We get a pretty good getaway this time, however we get a little bit bent there at the start, which makes us lose a couple of positions, so we're now down into P10. Which is definitely not where you want to be, which is the lower half of the field. We lose another position there going into the technical section to a guy who's actually really active in our Discord. But here you can really see how quick our engine is. Even though we get a shit exit, we can still overtake someone here on the straight. So I'm really happy that we are powered by JVD power here in Denmark as well. He's actually growing in Denmark as well. There are a few Danish customers running JVD engines this year, especially in Junior. And yeah, I'm proud that we can use those engines here to good use. Even though that we have semi-optimal handling, you could see that we could still pass some guys, or at least one person. In the end there, but here you can see in the technical bit, the driver behind us just catches us a lot. I had literally no grip to fight, but here in the fast bits it's kind of okay because I can kind of drive my way around the problem in the fast corners, but it just really exits from slow corners and entrances of slow corners in which I'm losing the most time. You can definitely see that going into some hairpins. Here the exit is semi-okay, we are right on this bumper and here slipstream just kicks in and just look at how easily we can power past the other guy here, braking very late because yeah, I also had some trouble braking because of course I didn't have that much rear grip and karts only have brakes on our rear tires, so of course you can expect that braking performance is also affected by not having enough grip. Anyways, we are slowly gaining back some more positions, and as you can see behind us here, the blue guy, he was really quick as well. He also had a bad start, so he had to come from further back down the field, but he was actually really rapid. And it was only a matter of time before he started attacking us because he was just way faster than us. The only way we can prevent that is by getting past this number 15 Tony Kart in front of us, who was kind of holding up the entire train here, but here you can already see how close the blue guy is. And the number 15 actually also had some decent straight line speed, and around this time is where the rears really started to give less grip. I was really struggling, that's why I couldn't overtake him here at the end of the straight. We nearly get dive bombed here as well. But yeah, you can just see how much he pulls away on every exit, and it's not because of the engine, but just because we are sliding so much on exit. And it could be driving, it could be setup, it could be the tires, I don't know what it was. All I knew was that it was very dangerous, but there we go for a big dive from the inside. We didn't really fully commit to it, so we didn't quite manage to make the move stick there. But as I was saying, just the longer I was driving, the more I started struggling with rear grip, and I didn't know why that was or how it came to be. Here the number 15 gets a bad exit, so we absolutely send it up the inside here, going into turn 1. That's a beautiful move. We're now up into P8. But like I said, that blue guy, it's only a matter of time before he attacks us. It probably won't take him that long to get past the number 15 Tony Kart there. Actually, the number 15 gets such a bad exit here that the blue guy is already pulling alongside, and now it's really only a matter of time before he starts attacking us. So we skip a little bit further ahead, and there you can see that me and the blue guy have kind of pulled away from the rest of the field, or from the rest of the group behind us. And the blue guy does what we did to the white Tony Kart, and he goes up the inside, and there's basically nothing that we could answer with. Yeah, again, like the previous heat, the grip at the rear was just disappearing as the race went on. I really don't know what it was. Tire pressures were okay, the tires did not look weird. But yeah, you can really see how quick our engine is there by how much we gained back on the blue guy, even though our exit was completely shite. Yeah, even though we had a super fast engine, and I am a lot more experienced than most of the guys running in this club championship here, we were still too slow, which is kind of embarrassing if I say so myself. No matter what the cause was of us being so slow, I shouldn't have been this slow in a goddamn club race. But that was the reality that we had to face. Nothing more we could do about it really, as now the race is over and we are still in P9, and that's where we finished. So yeah, not really happy about that. I also still don't know why that was. We tried some things with the setup. We also found that our ignition coil actually broke. So yeah, that was not nice. So we had to replace that for the next heat. So with new ignition coil, time to start the next heat. So for the next heat, we are once again starting in P8 overall, which is P6 for the Rotax class. So a podium was still possible today. We just had to do a good heat, get a little bit lucky, and then do a good final. But hey, luck is not within our range. 5 red lights go out now, and away we go. We actually get a little bit of a better getaway this time. We are still in P8. We get blocked there a little bit, which temporarily sees us drop down to P9, but we keep it on the inside here. Unfortunately, the 378 there manages to get our position, but like I said, We have a rocket ship engine. We're a little bit too far behind here on the straight to really make a move on the driver ahead of us. But I noticed here that we got a rocket ship exit and we could now pull alongside, going into this double left-hander, and boom, we are back in P8. One thing that I also noticed is that on the first lap, the grip seemed to be okay, but just as the race went on, the grip went just out the window. Like I literally, if you look at my lap times, which are not really available for some of the heats because we had some power outages here at the track, I literally went slower every lap as the race went on. Like I improved my lap times until about lap 5, and then I just went backwards, which is not good. Anyways, we're now behind one of the X30s who actually had a shocker of a start and found his way down in, what is it, P7, one place ahead of us. But here you can really see how much faster the Ayamis are around this track. Here, look at top speed, you can see him gaining on the Rotax. He has a lot more grip, he can brake a lot later. Boom, job done. The Ayamis are actually on the Lacan tires. I'm not sure if they are on prime or option tires. But actually we go for a little bit of a cheeky move here up the inside as he got thrown off by the X30. I signaled to him to move forward, but he decides to immediately attack us back, demoting us back down to P8. So we had a brief moment of glory there, overtaking someone on, kind of on speed. But he immediately overtook us back, and you can just see that we are no match. He's already pulling away, even in this fast corner. In the chicane we managed to get a little bit back on him. The chicane is just really strong for us. It had been when we were here 2 years ago. But yeah, I don't really actually know even how to commentate on this race. It's just painful to watch, man. Here I think we will get dived on by the blue cart again. No, we actually managed to maintain our distance this time. Because of course we have that good engine and he couldn't really do much in the slipstream. But here on the exit of the hairpin he's really close. And when he's really close in the slipstream, he can keep up a little bit more. He's really close now. He'll probably go for the inside here into this next left-hander. Yes, he does so. Really easy to overtake there, so I get why he overtook us there. That's just the best way to do it, and without losing a lot of time. And here you can just see him bolting away already. I had nothing that I could do. And again, we're down in P9. Nothing I could do. The guys behind me were faster, the guys behind me were slower, and that's where we end the race. So if you've been paying attention really closely, you might have noticed that there's a little bit of a pattern of us being okay on the first lap, or the first 2 laps, and then completely dropping through the field like a brick. And here you can actually tell by our lap times that we were way too slow. And like I said, we weren't even this slow when we raced here the first time without any preparation and like without a race engine. We were faster back then than we are now, which is strange. Like it's not an excuse to be slow, but it's just strange. I have no explanation. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking about this way too much. Let's go to the last race because we actually did quite some fun things in that race. Alright guys, time for the final race of the day. The final, I guess. Anyways, this is the only real race that counts for the day result. So we have to get at least a P5 on track if we want to get a podium. Because of course the 2 guys in P1 and 2 are not in the same class. Anyways, 5 red lights are out now and away we go. We actually get a rocket ship start. We send it up the inside of 3 people there. And that finds us in P4. I don't know how we managed to do that, but we are in freaking P4, which is P2 in Rotax. Mr. Hamburger is in front of us there. He is the only other Rotax in front of us, and the 2 Ayamis are, bolting away already because they're just much faster. Anyways, it's not important to us because we are only racing in Rotax. And here again, on the first lap, we can kind of keep up. We're not painfully too slow. Like we're not really gaining on the number 1 either, but we're also not losing too much time. And on the first lap, it was okay. Here you do see that we start losing already. I really can't explain why this is. It's just painful to watch, man. But let's see how long we can keep this P2. Because if we start being the Mexican Minister of Defense right now, we will actually get a podium, even though we're like 8/10 of the pace, which would be quite funny. But here you can see the number 28 Tony Kart's all over us already. He's really looking hungry to gain our position. Here he gets a little bit of a better exit. He actually has to brake for us because we were so slow on exit. Here you can just see us drifting through the entire technical bit, and because our exit was so shite, just look at how much they are both gaining on me. This is not engine power, man. This is sliding. And here we actually get pushed wide a little bit, which allowed the blue car to go through as well. And here the tires just went completely out the window. Here I even run wide because I had no grip, which allowed another driver to go through. And we're now in P7, which is not really better than what we were in any of the heats. And yeah, I was just struggling here. I knew I couldn't keep that P2 in class for too long. So I was just waiting for them to come basically, and there's really no point in fighting them. That might not sound like a true racing driver, but you have to be realistic. There's just no point in fighting because we're so much off the pace. And like I said, I have no explanation as to why. Anyways, a little bit later on in that lap, we again go onto the back straight with a completely shite exit. The other guy slipstreams us like we were standing still because the exit was so shite. And we're now down back in P8. And like the other races, that is basically where we stayed for a very long time up until we again get a really shite exit and the guy behind us passes us. The Motic is now down to P9. So yeah, this race is really not going that well. And again, this year, I don't know what's up. First race of the season in Tillotson, we had engine problems. Second race of the season, we get that bullshit penalty, we get a DNF, and then do a really good race. And for this race, we just have no speed, which I have really no explanation for. And this P9 is actually where we finished. But we got a little bit lucky with penalties. 2 drivers ahead of us actually got time penalties, which promoted us up to P7 overall, which is P5 in class. So even though we were way too slow, we ended up with a P5 in class, which I am not really that disappointed with. Of course, I was too slow, so it doesn't really feel that good to gain a position like that. But yeah, that's just the way it was. Don't know why. We'll try to find a solution for it for the next Rotax race. But yeah, let's forget this one. Bleh. Not a good weekend. Bleh.
Well guys, shit. Yeah, not sure what happened. Just couldn't find the speed, couldn't find the right setup. And yeah, we were just too slow. I had a really good start though. At the beginning of the final I was in P2, but like after 3 laps I was back to where my pace allowed me to be. So yeah, not good. But like I said, shit happens. We'll make sure that doesn't happen again next time. But I am kind of not sure about why we were so slow. Like the times were really consistent. So yeah, my mechanic said maybe it's a faulty set of tires, but that's just easy to say, so I'm not sure. Engine was definitely good. I felt like my driving was okay. So yeah, I don't know, man. One thing that was cool though, this track. Still my favorite track. Yeah, especially the flow of this first sector. You saw it on the onboard, it's just amazing. But anyways guys, with that, I also come to the end of this video. Now if you like that, consider subscribing, hit those like buttons, you really help me when you do that. And yeah, I hope we can come back here once more, maybe, who knows. In the past we've had one race here before, that was the Danish Rotax Max Challenge back in 2022. It's actually on screen right here, go check it out. This video is done and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.